All right, everybody. Good morning. So, YieldMax has announced their monthly distribution. So, this is something that we're going to go over right quick. We're going to see what the yield is. Excuse me. And we're going to see the payout amount, as well as we're going to take a look at and determine, based on the number of shares you own, what you would get if you own these positions for October the 11th, which is this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So here we have YieldMax ETF monthly distribution. And Group B, we have Group B for this month, which is NVIDIA, DIPS, FEPI. Let's see here. We got Gold and Bebe. I call it Bebe. Bamboo or Bebe, however you want to say it. We also got JP Morgan. We got Murney. And of course, we got the two weekly YMAX and YMAG. So these are what's in Group A that are going to be paid out this coming Friday. So this we have, I think they got Palantir in here. That just added recently to this group, but it hasn't been here long enough to get a dividend payout. So um, these are the 9 that we have, and so let's get started. Let's continue to go through this. All right. All right. So we see the yield for Bamboo 69.59, Murney 61.51, Febby 58.57, YMAX 60.44, YMAG 76.46. Let's see here. Make sure I got the correct. Yeah. Nvidia 55.90, Dips 55.43, which I believe is an inverse. Go 43.84, and JP Morgan 27.12. All right, these funds vary each month. If you should happen to own some of the above ETF, here's a roundabout payout you should receive. Below is what you would get paid out for owning the number of shares multiplied by the price per share. First up is NVIDIA. So if you own 50 shares, the payout is 10999. You will get $55. 100 shares, you will get $109. 500 shares, $549. 1,000 shares, $1,099. 2,000 shares, $21.99. 5,000 shares, $5,499, and 10,000 shares, $10,999. And this is for NVIDIA YieldMax ETF fund. Next, we have Bamboo YieldMax. They're paying out a nice 129.32, and I believe this is the first distribution that they've had for this particular one. So at 50 shares, you will have $64. 100 shares, $129. 500 shares, 646 shares. Dollars. 1,000 shares, you will get $1,293. 2,000 shares, $25.86. 5,000 shares, $64.66. And if you happen to own 10,000 shares at 129, that would be $12,932. Moving right along. DIPS, which is the inverse fund, is an inverse fund. If you own 50 shares of this at 0.6859, that would be 34.30. 100 shares, 68.59. 500 shares, 342.95. 1,000 shares, 685.90. 2,000 shares, 1,371.80. 5,000 shares, $3,429.50. 10,000 shares, if you're so fortunate to be that lucky individual, $6,859. All right, that's dips. Next on the list, we have JP Morgan paying out 37.68 for this month. At 50 shares, that would be 18.84. 100 shares, that would be 37.68. 500 shares, that would be 188.40. 1,000 shares, that would be 376.80. 2,000 shares, 753.60. 5,000 shares, $1,884. And 10,000 shares will give you 3,768 shares. Next, we have Febby paying out 92 cents, 92.31. At 50 shares, you would get $46.16. If you had 100 shares, that would be a whopping 92.31. 500 shares, that would be $461.55. 1,000 shares will put you at $923.10. 2,000 shares will be double that at $1,846.20. 5,000 shares will be 4,615.50. Double that. If you happen to have 10,000 shares, it will be $9,231. Next on the list, we have Murney. Murney is paying out 37.62. 37, basically 38 cents. All right, so at 50 shares at that price, you would get 18.81. 100 shares, 37.62. Let's see here. Yes. So at 1,000 shares, 376.20. 2,000 shares, 752.40. At 5,000 shares, 37.62, you will get $1,881. At 10,000 shares, that would be 3,762. Moving right along on the list. Next, we have gold, GDXY, paying out 60 cents or 61 cents relatively. All right, so at 50 shares, that would be $30.30. 100 shares, that would be 60.60. At 500 shares, that would be a payout of 303. 1,000 shares would be a payout at 606. 2,000 shares would be 1212. 5,000 shares would be 3030. And 10,000 shares would be $6,060 for GDXY. Next on the list, we have YMAG. YMAG would be 20 cents, basically. 20 cents, basically. All right, so at 20 cents for 50 shares, that would be $10.22. 100 shares will put us at $20.44. 500 shares will put us at $102.20. 1,000 shares will put us at $204.40. 2,000 shares will put us at $408.80. 5,000 shares would be $1,022. And 10,000 shares will put us at $2,044. Next on the list is YMAG. YMAG is paying out 28 cents. All right, so at 50 shares times that price would be $14.12. 100 would be $28.23. At 500 shares, excuse me, 28 at 28. Oh my goodness, let's do this again. 500 times 28 cents will put us at $141.15. 1,000 shares will put us at $282.30. 2,000 shares will put us at $564.60. 5,000 shares would be $1,431.50. And 10,000 shares would be $2,863. All right, so this has been a presentation of the monthly ETF for the Group B, brought to you by none other than YieldMax Mindset. So you have to have a mindset and understand what high yield dividends is all about. So continue to watch this channel, watch other channels that have great technical analysis. Retire on dividends, for instance. The Article TV, I believe it is. Um, we're the Chimers. They have great, insightful information. Um, Dividend Nomad. It's a gentleman overseas that is doing this. So check out those YouTube TV channels and gather some great information. But if you want to see my journey, how I'm going from over 200 and maybe 250, well, 225 to $250,000 in debt to changing that into a millionaire status. Watch me do that. It's going to be a slow, methodical process, but we'll get there. All right, so I'm out. See you later.